This is the Corsair HS80. When it's taken out of the box, it looks like this. Turn it on the side, back here on the left ear. There's a little beep happening in there. It's saying, mic on, mic off. Now the problem with these things, and I thought they would be good and I was really excited to get them, is that I can't really hear the outside world nicely, which is what you would expect with headphones. Now this microphone, I don't think it's going to be overriding my Yeti, my blue Yeti here, which is what I'm recording into right now. So I don't think there's any difficulty with that. And also I haven't set the audio input from the computer into these things. The problem with these headphones is it feels like a vice is squeezed my calf. It feels like a vice is squeezing your head, and within a very short amount of time your ears get very hot and you feel like a headache. Now I spoke to a guy who works at a computer store trying to find different headphones because I don't want this problem. And he said, no, I'm used to it. I like the gaming headphones. I said, but do you feel a sense of relief when you finally, oh, thank God, take them off? He said, yeah. So I think what's going on here is gamers are brainwashed into thinking this is acceptable, right? You take them off your head because you want to answer your phone or something, and it's all awkward and everything, right? And then you put it around your neck and it's like, God, I'm being choked like a boa constrictor. Does this help? No. It's like fucking, see my fucking chin fat being squeezed out because these things have no compassion. They just want to squeeze your face, your head, and then they want to strangle you around your neck. If you do take them off, now where are you going to put them? On your milkshake and pizza boxes? Or over here where you've got this pile of wires and shit from whatever you're experimenting with this week? No, it's just too much trouble. Let's compare this technology with this technology. Now you might say, well, this has 65 milliseconds of lag and this has maybe 5 milliseconds of lag because it's using radio frequency, probably 2.4 gigahertz, which is a typical I don't believe it would be like a dedicated UHF channel or something. Now I understand it's encrypted and so on. Anyway, the thing is, whether it's these headphones or SteelSeries 7 or any of the other ones, the EPOS, Sennheiser headphones, they're all gigantic beasts that squeezing your head. Now people talking about, oh, that's so comfortable. I love having this thing squeezing my head like this. Mic on. But the truth is, that is exhausting. It feels like I'm not part of the world around me. Same with the wax seal in-ear headphones. Whereas these Apple ones are just really lightweight, and I can wear them for about 1,000 hours before I think, fuck, that's annoying, right? Because all day I can wear them. It just does not, I can barely feel that it's in. It's not squeezing anything. I'm fully aware of the surrounding noise, ambient noise. If I want to drown that out with audio, I can. But nobody can hear that I'm listening to hardcore pornography. People go, oh yeah, oh God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Or yo, I love it, yo. Oh, we, oh, right? They can't hear that. But if these things are on, it's like, oh yeah, do me, right? And everyone can hear what the fuck you're listening to. The other thing is, when I'm going to bed at night, and I want to put my head on the pillow, or if I just want to lean over on the couch and watch a movie, I can. With these, you might think, oh, I'm going to put my head on the pillow or on the couch and watch a movie. You've got to put it up sideways and you listen to half the movie. Now this thing's just falling off over your face, and what the fuck did I buy them for? Right? They're not pillow friendly. They're cumbersome and they're uncomfortable, and they fucking feel like they're squeezing your head and making your ears hot. These have better battery life than that, I'm sure. Now the microphone on these things is the best I heard of the gaming headset range, but in my opinion, just avoid gaming headsets because they're mega uncomfortable. This is like a 1970s design. This is what I grew up with, this type of over-ear headphone that really squeezed over, right? And you might say, well, the padding's better now and the audio quality's better, so I don't care. The audio quality is increased on other types of speakers as well. Okay, so we've got a problem with Bluetooth, right? Because we don't want lag. For me, as a singer, I certainly don't want lag. Can you imagine trying to sing? It's like, fight me, right? It's not going to work. You can't have that 1 second or 65 millisecond lag that Bluetooth gives you. So Bluetooth is unacceptable. This is not Bluetooth. This would not have much lag at all. It would be totally within the boundaries of I feel the voice is actually coming out of my mouth at the same time as I'm feeling it vibrate through my body because I'm singing. Whereas with these, there'd be so much lag. It would just be impossible. So I'm going to be singing live on stage. So I've got thousands and thousands of dollars of audio equipment, right? I'm not like some fucking baby gamer, just like as a consumer. I create music, I create videos and so on as well. So it's not going to be like I haven't got experience with this stuff. So a gamer coming in and going, oh, I want gaming headphones. How comfortable is this? You can't put your head on the couch and watch a movie. If you're willing to just sit bolt upright with this thing over your head, I would say, why wouldn't you get something more along the lines of an office headset, which is designed with comfort in mind, where staff members in an organisation are on the phone with this thing on their head 24 hours a day, or 8 hours a day, right? Now, OH&S, Operational Health and Safety regulations, are strict about injury and comfort for employees. And so they've evolved those headsets to be good. So look at something like the EPOS DW Pro 2. That's something I started looking at. That uses something called DECT, D-E-C-T transmission, which is lagging at about 5 milliseconds. But that's way faster than these, which have a lag of about 65 milliseconds, right? So I forgot I was even wearing them. So it's probably off-putting and disturbing and difficult for you to understand. If I wanted zero lag from an Apple-style headphone, which is what I do, and if you ever have the app called Smule, S-M-U-L-E, and you just want to sing into that, you can use these. And I can promise you, the audio quality that comes into this microphone, and you plug this in and into an Apple phone, an iPhone, it's like being in a studio. And I've recorded songs, many songs, using this. I've got to hold this up to my face a bit, and it's wired, so there's no way for me to transmit this to my amplifier if I was going to perform on stage with this thing, and I probably wouldn't want to do it. But fuck, the comfort level on that is it's vastly. It's like if I give this a 1 out of 10, then that gets a 10 out of 10. Okay. But I don't like wires, and I need to transmit, because if I'm playing guitar on stage, right, I need my hands free. And so what I mean is, if I'm not singing to a microphone, this isn't me going, oh, I'm fucking tosser or cocksucker. I'm just showing you that if I'm not singing into a handheld microphone, I might want to wander around with a guitar, and so then I would use a microphone that I would wear on my face. Something like this maybe, right? Now the problem is with... Oh, sorry. Okay, maybe I don't know how to use this thing yet. I haven't actually used it yet. All right, now this is wired, but it does have a transmitter connected to it, okay? Now this transmitter, unfortunately, has to be sent wirelessly to a base station where it will receive, and that will plug into an audio device, and it has to be plugged into a wall socket and everything else. So this is all a bit cumbersome and so on, right? Especially at a base station end. So what I've just purchased instead, I'm very excited about it, are the Rode wireless Go 2 transmitter and receivers. So there are you get two transmitters and one receiver for 300 Australian dollars delivered from eBay. I'm not sure what year they were released, but basically it's just a bunch of these things. This is a transmitter because it's going from the microphone, and at the other end it's a receiver. Okay. The problem is though, I wanted just an all-in-one package that had a battery, a transmitter, a receiver, a microphone, and headphones all in one. So I just whack it on, and then boom, it beams straight over to the receiving end. Now, what happens on the receiving end of this? What device is capturing the audio and transmitting it back and forward between headphone and mic on the other end? Well, for these, they use a USB dongle, which has the capability to deal with both transmission and receiving simultaneously. But these ones, right, this is what I use every single day when I'm listening to music at home and watching movies and interacting with the computer at all times. These are just Bluetooth transmitters and receivers, but they can only do one thing at a time. You can either set it to transmit TX or R for receive, and you've got to choose. So do you want these things to be a microphone or a line in, or do you want them to be a line out or headphones, you know? So audio. These things are about, I don't know, $25, maybe $50, okay? This one's lasted me about 5 or 6 years, and I've got about 3 or 4 of them lying around. So when that runs out of batteries, I just take this over to the micro USB adapter over there, pull out the other one, which is fully charged by now, and put this one in. So I'm just constantly cycling through them. Now, eventually, after 5 or 6 years, the battery starts getting weaker and weaker. So the battery will only last for about 3 or 4 hours in the end. But in the beginning, it's about 10 hours. It's great. So I just wear these basic headphones here. All right, I think these were maybe $29 from eBay. Don't have any glasses here, but can you read that? No, it's blurry as fuck. Anyway, I think that, well, they're just basically cheap, and I can hear, like I'm speaking into the Yeti microphone now, and I'm totally wired to my computer doing this. Now, I want to do live streaming. I want to do gaming. I want to sing on stage. I want the microphone to be great. I want it to be lightweight. I want it to be able to go everywhere. I want it to hook into my phone with Bluetooth if necessary, though I think that's a bit too much to ask at this point. Unfortunately, there is no singer or stage version of this. What everyone has to do is wear this fucking double belt pack around their waist when you're a singer on stage, because I'm comparing like phone technology, which is light years ahead of both desktop gaming audio systems and definitely fucking stage and, you know, recording studio equipment, which is fucking cumbersome, and there are wires all over the fucking place. I thought there's got to be a headset that can just be used lightweight, used for everything. This is fucking massive. It is like a vice on my head. These are absolutely fine, right? I can absolutely hear it. Now, I don't have a battery and a transmitter for a microphone and everything else inside this tiny little space here, but look at the size of that. That does have all those things. Plus, you got a little charging case, so you get 20 hours of battery life and so on, right? Imagine, look at that thing. That's 20, or like, I don't know how many hours of battery life it's supposed to be. This is an AirPod 2, right, from Apple. It's got an internal battery on each one. It's got a transmitter, it's got a receiver, it's got microphone, and it's got a beautiful sounding audio coming through it. I can hear the outside world. It doesn't fucking require me to go as I stick it in my ear, right? And it doesn't have to cram itself around the outside of my face like a vice, right? This is an audio receiver. So yeah, so these ones here, right, they are all Bluetooth. Now, like I say, Bluetooth has got a 65 millisecond lag. I don't notice that so much when I'm watching movies or anything else like that, or playing games. This one is UHF, and you can decide what frequency you want to transmit or receive on. But then again, you need that base station I was telling you about. Okay, this is a receiver for headphones, and this is a transmitter for microphones. Now, together, that's cumbersome to wear that, and like I'm saying, you've got to fucking wear a belt pack under your clothes and wire yourself up like Darth Vader every time you want to go on stage. So I was really like hoping for an all-in-one. It doesn't exist, okay? For singers, you can't have in-ear monitors, and if you're a solo artist, you wouldn't want in-ear monitors that are blocking your sound of what's coming out of your speaker system, because you're the sound guy if you're a solo artist. I mean, in-ear monitors are only good for people who've got a sound guy, right? And you're blocking out the outside world and you're totally getting into the music. You can't do that if you're running the show and you've got to answer questions when people speak and interact with you at a gig. Anyway, so what I don't like about all this fucking primitive shit, right, that we have to use in the music industry is the size of these things, and the base station is just massive on both of them. Cables all over the place at the other end, right? You need a suitcase full of shit, and then you've got cables running in through into the amplifier. Now, I understand the amplifier will need a headphone headphone out. A headphone out cable and a line in cable for the microphone. So that's a pain in the ass. So I am excited about getting the Rode wireless. Fuck, that's really bitten into my throat. I blame these. Alexa, turn on the fan.
I found more than one device with the name fan. Please give them unique names. Then
the fan. The fan. Alexa, turn on the fan. Fucking bitch. All right. Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Oh, really? You don't know who you are? Okay, so Alexa, stop listening. Microphones like this, UHF transmission. Obviously, you need a clean line that's not going to conflict with, sources around you. Now, for gamers, this is very uncomfortable. And you might say, oh, why would I want to carry all this shit around instead of having something as basic as this? Well, the thing is, you can get things that are more comfortable than this. That's what I'm saying. This is way too uncomfortable. These are very comfortable. These are very comfortable. They don't have wax seals. These don't have wax seals. Just let them sit in your ear, and hopefully your ear canal is hooky enough that they'll stay in. I know some people don't have hooky enough ears to hold these things in, but even if you did have to wear the waxy ones, it's going to be more comfortable than this thing. This is cumbersome and gigantic, and it will give you a freaking headache. I don't know how people cope with it. They're not pillow friendly. You can't lie down with them. You can't take one out when you go to sleep and listen to a podcast. These things are designed for you to be sitting bolt upright at a desk, and don't even think about lying back on the couch and playing games with this thing. You could, I suppose, but it's just so fucking uncomfortable. It makes your head hot, right? Like, imagine, I have the fan on now. I don't know if you can hear it, but I want breeze to come past my face. Just as a human being, I like air. And what would I recommend, though? Like I said before, instead of these, get something very lightweight that's nowhere near as bulky, right? Like I said, I was starting to investigate the EPOS DW Pro 2, which is a decked DECT transmission technology instead of Bluetooth, so there's no lag. And that's made for office workers. So it comes down this side of the face, or if you want to twist it around, then the microphone just rotates back and forward, so you come around this if you're left-faced. Not left-handed. But it doesn't matter. It could just be in your way there, right? No fucking flashing lights and this stupid... That doesn't turn it on. Okay, so it's timed out, which is good. I think everything's these days is designed to time out to save battery life. Okay, so my point is, you might think this looks comfortable, and mic off, mic feedback off. I don't need that shit. Right? You can't conference with those. You can't have like 3 or 4 of those things plugged into a single dongle. And if you tried to have, you know, a bunch of people over at your house playing computer games or live streaming or singing on stage or in a studio or anything else, you can't do any of those things with this. It's got a locked-in encryption between these and the receiving USB that's plugged into your USB 3 socket on your computer. And then in Windows, you are sort of trapped into having one headset. Why wouldn't you want like 15 headsets or something so everyone, however many people you got there, can be keeping the noise down in a situation of an apartment, or if you're a kid, then you can play computer games with lots of loud crashing and explosions or whatever else while the parents are trying to sleep, or if you're in another room and somebody else is watching a movie in there and you want to watch it loud with the experience and feel of it instead of having the volume down on the television, which is over there, and you're not really feeling anything because it's just so fucking quiet. You need headphones, all right? There's no question you need headphones. But the question is, how much do you need the microphone? Let's assume you do need the microphone, because if you're, let's say, gaming, right? Because that's all you seem to do. Get out of your fucking bedroom and do something else with your life. If you are gaming and you need that microphone just for communication between other gamers, rather than using it for streaming or singing on stage or other, you know, microphone-related activities, I still think there are much better choices than this. If you can find a small version of these that just sit in your ear, I mean, isn't there a brand like Razer that sell some little ones like this? That'd be way more comfortable. The microphone would still work. If you want the crystal clarity of this microphone, I still think that it's not worth getting these gigantic things. I'm sending them back for a refund. And with the money that I'm getting back from these, I will be getting a pack of 2 transmitters and 1 receiver for a Rode wireless Go 2. And I'm very happy with that, because they look very small and they're much smaller than even this one at both ends. Okay. Now with the Rode Mic 2, the Rode Go 2, whatever it's called, the Rode Wireless Go 2, whatever the fuck it's called, if I put the input side back to front, I can use them as wireless headphone sockets. Like, I can create a Go 2 thing that's about this size. Actually, this is about the size of the Go 2, the Rode Go 2. Right? Imagine this. But this would not be Bluetooth anymore. It would be 2.4 gigahertz radio frequency, which can have interference and so on, just like Bluetooth can. Like if this goes underneath me when I'm on the couch or something, it'll drop audio signal. Same will happen with the Rode 2, because your body's just simply so fucking fat from just sitting there playing games and eating all the time that it can't get through your fat fucking body to get back to the receiver. So what you need to do is just have it on your hip or something like that. Anyway, if I wanted to have a microphone as well as this, I would have to basically buy 2 Rode Go 2s. Systems, okay? So at one end you got a transmitter for the say microphone. You wear a transmitter, or you can just clip the transmitter of the microphone on your shirt when you're playing a game if you want, because it doesn't have to look nice or anything. Then you put the other transmitter at the computer to transmit audio, and then you have, for that one, you pair that with headphones like this, right? Boom, that's your headset, not this fucking giant thing, right? I can't feel it. I feel the air around my face is beautiful. I can lie down on a pillow, so much better, right? And then for the microphone, I'm basically just wearing this here, right? In the situation where I would need to communicate with the people on the other end. If I want, because the Rode 2 actually has a built-in microphone which has extremely clear, professional sound quality, which is fantastic for getting up on stage in front of 1 million people and go, we will rock you, right? This microphone here seems good compared to other desktop or fucking gamer headsets, but it's no comparison to the Rode 2's mic quality, and it's not even close to the quality of this thing or this thing. And you might say, that's all wired. I don't want wires. I want compatibility. You want compression, compactness. This isn't that compact, and it's just a hassle. Okay, so that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Go small. Have air around your face, right? When you're playing games or whatever. This is just too fucking big, right? You don't have to wear one of these things when you're gaming, but if you did have a Rode Go 2 or a couple of them, you could have a professional microphone connected down to it. So that goes to the headset one, and this goes whatever. You know what I'm talking about, all right? You don't have to wear it like this though. You can just clip it to your shirt like that, right? And the microphone will pick up your voice really nicely, and that will just transmit to the receiver, which is plugged into the line in of your computer, and it just becomes your microphone. And this just goes and charges. Now, obviously, nobody likes micro USB. It's the fucking worst shape. Always gets shit stuck in there, and you wonder if it's broken, and you throw the whole thing out, right? But the Rode Go 2 is using USB-C, which is, symmetrical, much better. And also, I should tell you, I've heard this from somebody yesterday in a video, and I wish I could just totally credit them with this amazing piece of information. These micro USB sockets on all your devices around your house, right? They're so shit. But what you can do is buy an adapter that turns it into a magnetic connector, and then you buy the connector cable. I think it's USB-C. It's like a micro USB to USB-C converter, and it's like really tight and small, so it's not like protruding. And then you just grab this wherever your charging station is in your house, where you've got like fucking thousands of wires to charge all your devices. It just goes thump and magnets into it perfectly. I want to get a bunch of those, I think, from eBay or Amazon or something. But yeah, what I'm wearing now is way more comfortable. This isn't that comfortable. This is like squeezing around my ear. I'd rather not wear that. But this is absolutely fine, except for the fact that these are a bit dangly around my chin or whatever. But still, it's fine. This, not fine. This, fine. Alright? And also, the Yeti microphone, I'm bound to this desk for live streaming or whatever I want to do. Like, I can't get up and walk away and you can still hear me because I don't have a wireless microphone on my face. But with the Rode 2, I will. Okay? And if I need to hide it under my clothes, I can just tape it to my chest or whatever else under here to get, so it doesn't look like that. And in terms of headphones on this kind of footage, so I can monitor what I'm doing, which I can't at the moment because I've unplugged this from this. Oh, there I am. Then it's just so much better. So in conclusion, don't go big, go small. This you will regret, this you will love, but not this. I'm talking about the Rode mic Go 2. Get the Go 2. It'll be awesome.